And just like that, cooked murder bat. Who ordered the wings? Who ordered the hot wings, chat? I have a feeling those wings are gross. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. It's Sunday night, and of course that means we have viewer games. We have a whole lot in the queue, as always, and there's a little bit of housekeeping to talk about, so we're going to jump right into it. What's going on, chat? How's everybody doing out there? Steven, what's good? Welcome. Welcome. So yeah, housekeeping. First things first, of course, I have to let everybody know that I am part of the content affiliate program, so the Phobies team does give me coffee for producing Phobies content. Now, kind of segueing from that, let everybody know out in YouTube land, I've mentioned it a few times already, especially on stream, but Fright Night 9 signups are in fact live. What is Fright Night? It is a Phobies tournament. All the Phobies are going to be set to level 1. There's a few other rules going on with it. You can check out all the details in my Discord. The link for that, of course, is down in the description of this video, down by the like and subscribe button. There are going to be coffee prizes for it, thanks to the devs. So shout out to the devs once again, both for the content affiliate program that I'm part of, as well as supporting these community events. So just wanted to get that out in front, make sure that I say it. I'm sure we'll bring it up over the course of the night. But chat, the main reason everybody's here is to look at some viewer games. So let's see what ones we have ready to go. We're going to be starting off with Urkevina here on RCO. A close game, but we take those dubs. You always take dubs. You also take when you swap to the appropriate scene. I do need to look into making sure that the mods have the appropriate permissions to fix other stream-related things when I get caught up in the moment and forget stuff. So, Urk here leading off with Boomer. I'm not a huge fan of starting with Boomer on basically any map. I guess it's fine here because you could do exactly what Urk is doing right now. Especially since Bad Guy elected to take a very slow opener. That being said, the advantage here is not going to be, like, incredibly impressive. You know, like, this Boomer now dies whenever it goes to take another point. It possibly dies even to, like, Jar and Cat. Okay, I was about to say, like, I'm pretty sure it dies to Jar and Cat. Yeah. So we're just getting some pokes here. I do like the Unbearable. I'm a big fan of Unbearable on this map. I know a number of other people are. I think that this is one of those... Pretty much every map in the game has niche phobies that do get their time in the limelight. They get a little spotlight shown on them whenever they are actually in the game. And in this case, it happens to be Unbearable's turn. I like Unbearable on the Big House, but RCO is another map where it seems to be pretty solid. It's very difficult to dislodge due to its tankiness, due to its life leech, and of course you have these obstacles to leverage the lob. But like we were saying, Bad Guy here, evening out the panic points because our hero is yet to take their pocket panic point. They banked a 7, so what big phobia is coming out on the board? We're actually getting a Crushmore, another lob. But it does allow the break here, and of course the Contortio can slide back just like the Cat. This is becoming a much more common play. This is becoming a much more common play on this map. I stopped using Unbearable for a very long time, or since a very long time. I like Unbearable here, but in general, yes, Unbearable has absolutely fallen off for me. It's not really a premier phobia for me. It's not something that I'm going to put in a whole lot of effort utilizing. A Bad Guy being kind of aggressive here with the stabby, but I don't think our hero can punish it too much. This is actually somewhat risky. Like, depending on what the follow-up is, it's... A Bad Guy, this is 2,000. So we'll round that up to be 1,000, even though it's not. I wonder if Bad Guy could have just killed this. You send the Evo here, the Jar here, 2 hits from this, and the Cat finishes it off. You likely don't lose the stabby. There's almost no way they can kill the Hevo. Wow, it lived by 8 health. 448 to 444. Okay. Never mind. But yeah, that looked like one of my plays where I just send Mount Crushmore out to die. Yeah, squeaking by with that 4 health. Snowball to finish off the stabby. I guess you take it. That's fine. Crushmore getting the snot kicked out of it. Snowball's gonna go down? But that's okay. 10 keys to 7 remaining. This unbearable. Wow, our hero's team is actually really beat up. Like, it doesn't seem as though bad guy has this enormous advantage, but they kind of do. All right, we get the Clinico to even things up. Unbearable probably pays with its life. 47 turns, by the way. Oh my god. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Oh, excuse me, that was just weird. See, Tiny Tim? Really? Okay, this seems weird, right? First of all, Tiny Tim is weird to begin with. But why go Tiny Tim and a 1 key here? Because the Tiny Tim is clearly meant to go in, cap the point, not die, and get back out. So, wouldn't you be better off saving the 1 key? I mean, or a different 1 key? Maybe, like, you only had 1 key left, but... I don't get Boomer here. Like, I guess the Tiny Tim was just to cap the points and live, but I feel like you then want a 1 key that can actually interact with the board. Because Boomer can't. And by interact with the board, of course, I mean, like, actually interact with your opponent's phobies other than body blocks. Now, bad guy's not in a terrible position here. They're not, like, they're behind on hard health, but they have a few turns such that they could set something up and poke at our... Never mind. All that goes out the window because bad guy just sacrificed their jar, and now they have, like, basically nothing. So, unless our hero, like, throws drastically, this is just gonna wait for 25 more turns. The pick on the jar, I was gonna say, bad guy has the opportunity to heal up Tiny Tim, send it in, recap the point, drain our hero of phobies, like pick off their little phobies, and then eventually you just bleed them out. But at this point, I don't understand how it gets close. I mean, it obviously does, but like, I don't understand how. Do you, like, sacrifice something by accident here, or... Yeah, I don't... This feels kind of unwinnable for bad guy. I will say, due to the Clinico, I mean, the structure of the map prevents this, but you would like to spread damage across multiple phobies so that the Clinico is strained and has to... Like, give them a dilemma. They have to choose between 2 options. And then whatever one they don't heal, you collapse on and kill, and then, you know, take apart their team. I feel like an attack was missed here. That didn't need to happen. Now I can see why it got close. Now I can see why it got close. And it's weird to say, like, oh, well, our hero is in this unlosable position, but prior to the corn going down. But obviously it's a 1 phobie difference, so you still have to respect things. So now our hero has to recommit to reclaim this, and once again, Tiny Tim will then be able to interact. I do like the splitting of the damage here. The Clinico is up, so it definitely feels bad. Oddly enough, this block hurts our hero to a degree. The reason being is that hypothetically, you could just send the Crushmore here and then just go after the heart, or send the rest of the team for that matter. I assume Tiny could not die from the damage, or otherwise you would have just taken a kill there. Ooh, the bait. I assume this was bait. Get bad guy to commit. Trap pops. I don't know if... Does that kill it? Doesn't quite kill it, but you'll be able to take it out. Bad guy either forgot about the trap. Like, this is a common thing. If there was a... if there was a corn on the board 100 years ago, it's very easy to forget about where the traps might have been. And at this point in time, there's just not really enough damage from bad guy. Our hero does have a life buffer. But this game was much closer than it probably ought to have been. Reason, of course, being that there was no need to sacrifice the corn at that point. Evo's gotta run for its life. And now the pressure's on for bad guy. Ooh, we get the break. We are going for the heart rush. You could, of course, also have threatened, like, just threaten the Hevo, I think, but this is a much cooler way to finish the game. And probably more guaranteed. If nothing else, you also pull them out of position this way. Okay, so that's what you're going for. Because now they had to honor the pressure on the heart. They would have just died. And as a result, now they had to retreat. They're in a bad position. You're going to have first act advantage, at least with a double hit. Not really first action because they clearly moved in. And here's the true dilemma. There's just nothing they can do. This was well played, Urk. I mean, aside from that one mistake, this is pretty well played. I like the 2 baits that happened. But yeah, there was an enormous amount of value gotten by these Clinicos, which is shocking. Down goes the heart. GG. Game 1 of the night to our hero. Who's shocked? GG. Alright, chat. Second game of the night, Vile Vortis. Luca is back. Almost misplayed at the end, but pulled it off anyway. Alright. This is a much quicker game. Ironically, on the larger map, shorter game. Small map, longer game. I mean, that's how it goes. When the Clinico is in range of the Crushmore, sure. There's just something about that break I took from Phobies. I can't seem to get back in rhythm. I'm making too many mistakes still. It happens sometimes. Sometimes when you take a break, it's actually better. A bad guy, actually, speaking of... I don't know, there's not really a segue there. I'm tired, chat. The bad guy electing... Wait, what? Okay. Alright, this makes more sense. And just like that... Cooked murder bat. Who ordered the wings? Who ordered the hot wings, chat? I have a feeling those wings are gross. Gross. I might use that for the intro. But anyway, weird openers aside. The guy killed that murder wing for nothing, pretty much. But yeah, back to Urk's comment. It can be tough taking a break sometimes and, like, getting back into things. It comes back. But some of it is probably being self-conscious about it during the moment. Seems weird and unnecessary, but this also seems unnecessary. Like, so our hero clipped the wings on the murder wing and then sacrificed their snowball for mostly no gain. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you got the panic point, but who cares? This is fine, because it'll go here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is fine up here, because if the snowball gets interested in killing this, the fireball seems wasted, but I guess that it just chips it down for later. I think I can't seem to hyper-focus as I used to. This game requires that. Phobies definitely requires more focus, as evidenced by anyone who's watched any of my non-viewer game breakdown streams. You could literally walk up to Murder Wing to rip its wings off since it's taped on. I'm not going to lie. I don't think I want to get near anything that can transform into a meatball that explodes. It's not a very common rule in life, chat, but if you see something that can turn into a meatball that explodes, you probably don't want to be next to it. Just saying. Is our hero's Hevo dead? Because if it's not, this is not a good invade. That appears to be a very much alive Hevo. So Foul comes up here in diseases. You walk here. Now, admittedly, this Foul... Ooh, we're gonna stay. Is this a dead Klepto? That's just... Sure, take my free 6 keys. Well, that's not really free, because this Hevo is going to die. I'm not a fan of taking this with Maggie. However, it does apply more pressure to your opponent. Like, they need to divert damage. But the thing is that the Cyclops is still live. This is a bloodbath, chat. This is a bloodbath. I do appreciate the aggression out of our hero here, though. I do appreciate the aggression. But that's a dead Cyclops. Big oof. Bad guy with a big board position advantage. Notably, there's no real point in putting this on the spa. I'm trying to see this. So 10, 13, 14 to 9. Who can kill off more phobies quicker? Technically, that's every game. Technically. But yeah, this is... What? What? Why? Okay, so I assume the game plan here is to brony their team and then just stick the foul on the heart. Because, like... This can't be happening right now, can it? Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me? That cannot... No. No. This cannot possibly be the correct configuration from Bad Guy. Right now, I want to make this the thumbnail. Right now, I want to make this the thumbnail. This can't be real life. Like, look at this. Got him. Just brony the whole team. Honestly, I would have taken the panic point here. Don't even kill their thing. Who cares? Just take the panic point and go heart. You will have a 5-0 panic point advantage with Foul doing over 900 damage a hit. Well, a 5-0 for like one turn, but still. Yep. This is why this game ends so quickly, chat. With the body block from the brony, there's just no chance of Bad Guy getting there. They just can't do it. 1,820 damage a turn plus the panic points. Well, the Daisy makes it so panic points aren't an issue. Four to one going the other way, but honestly, it doesn't matter. I assume the small mistake was, like, coming out, but maybe... So what did they even kill? Like, what was this? Honestly, W's... Oh, yeah, Jar. Honestly, W's, most Phobies games come down to a single mistake. Brony and Maggie in the last 6 keys just needed to be standing on panic points. Yep. I mean, I don't think it mattered in the slightest because Foul clobbering your heart, but still. Oof. Brutal. Just awful. Like salmonella. Mushry squeezing it in. Last game on the profile. Make sure you favorite your games, people, if you're submitting them. How do you submit them? You hit up the Random's Thoughts Discord. Same place for Fright Night. Link in the description. Like and subscribes. You know the deal. Opticon, what do we got here? Opponent tried to rush me with some interesting phobies. All right. Sounds like it was not very effective. All right, chat. What is going on with this rash of werewolves? I love it, but... Did I say Opticon? I meant always watching. But werewolf has been showing up a lot lately. We've seen a lot of werewolves. I don't mind the werewolf. Like, honestly, I think I really want to try it. Personally. What? Why? Okay, jackalopes I don't love as much. Yeah, I want werewolf. I think werewolf is going to be a fun phobie. Although I still think it looks like it has way too many teeth. Like, I understand why it looks like that, because if you look at Snowball's mouth, whenever it closes its mouth, does it close its mouth in its idol? It might not. But, like, if you look at the two, it just looks like it has too many teeth, because of the way the art works. Octonauty! I'm not gonna... Why? I didn't see that one coming. I've been spamming werewolf a lot recently just to get a better idea how to use it. I mean, that's how you have to, right? Unless somebody already did it, and then it's, oh, I'm emulating that strategy. Like when DT was commenting about the werewolf, when DT had talked about the Hydra build. Okay, well, DT has already outlined what the build is, so therefore I knew what to do going in. But otherwise, you just kind of have to use stuff, kind of like I've been doing the last few days with Leela to try and figure out what I need to do. And right now, I'm not very happy with Leela, but discussion for another time. Honestly, I'm wondering if we'll see more werewolf life-like mechanics. So we could get a, say, like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde style phobie. that would fit with this mechanic. Because the reason I say that is if I assume an enormous amount of... What the hell is happening, chat? Should this be the thumbnail? And be like, what is happening? Put the Jackalope King up there? What is happening? But yeah, I assume a lot of effort went into programming Werewolf. Similar to, as we know, Glob is a big issue. I don't know what the hell Charon's doing in this game either. Like, I'm even more confused about Charon the Jackalope. The funny thing is, the Charon's actively avoiding every panic point, so it's like, what is it doing? That's a werewolf death while it was in big mode. Not something you see every day. This also possibly is a dead Noxious. But yeah, where I was going with the werewolf, just to finish up the thought, is that I assume a lot of effort went into programming how werewolf functions. It would make sense to then get value out of that effort. As in, make more phobies so that you can reuse the code. Now, to be honest, our hero is under a lot of pressure. This is an enormous amount of damage. Yeah, you get the big AoE here, but you do need to kill some things. All right, this is going to help. Morty! 2 Mortys so far tonight, chat. 2 Mortys so far. They gave more value for the Noxious. Yeah, they probably figured that it didn't matter, but at this point, now bad guys kind of locked. Well, they're not entirely locked out, but they're certainly not in good shape, because Charon can't... Like, they have to clear this out, and they have multiple melee phobies that are just not going to have the surface area to get in there. Like, this doesn't feel good. This doesn't seem great either. Ouch. This is such a weird everything. Wait, are we going to see the Octonauty yoink? Yep! The friendly fire play. Least heart rushy, always watching game? Really? I don't know if you're being sarcastic there, Urk, because this seems pretty heart rush focused. Get a chomp for the friendly fire yoink. Little big brain action on that one. It was a great heads-up play. Honestly, I don't know how much it mattered, because I think bad guys just screwed, but ironically has to poop on their own panic point. Get the challenge play to help beat up Evo. I was about to say, do you not have enough damage? Got him. Bad guy down to 9 keys, but literally 0 board presence. That's Muffin activating on Morty. How often do you see that happen? What if there's a Mr. Hyde phobia that changes like werewolf? That's exactly what I said, Kuro. I don't. Are you trolling me right now? Like, what is happening? Like, I did say that, chat. I'm right. I'm not imagining things. Did I like black out for a minute and I thought I said it and I didn't? Who's Mr. Hyde? All right, now I have to be getting trolled. Have you really never heard of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? Hey, Choco, what's good? GG. Defending the Jackalope heart push. Okay, so here's the thing, chat. I will say. That almost worked despite utilizing a bunch of terrible phobies. Like, there were a lot of phobies there that were not good, right? And it almost worked because of how much pressure was put out. Which is an interesting point for a number of reasons. One, for the sake of discussing always watching as a whole. Two, for the sake of can you just be more aggressive in general? Like, it's very interesting. The only reason this was close was Charon. Well, you think if it wasn't Charon, like it was any other... If it was Cyclops, you think they win the game? I mean, to be honest, I could see that being the case. But GG there, Mushry. Good job. All right, Prototype here with their third account. I don't know. I lost track. Their 167th account, I guess. Leading off with the Murder Wing. One thing. Noxious. Are we all going to get a little nauseous from Noxious, chat? I don't know. Noxious has been on my most wanted Phobies list for a very long time. And it still eludes me. And at this point, I bet I'm going to get it. I mean, let's be real. Odds, well, the odds probably aren't in my favor to get it with the next pack opening. But if I get it, I'm sure I won't get enough dupes and it'll be dead weight. Primate. Sure. All right, not bad. We take these. What, are we playing the Undead event? What is happening right now? I don't like Unbearable on this map. One movers on this map are rough, especially if you don't have Gravedigger already on the board, I mean. Starter Phobie Gaming, true story. Hey, Master Dark, what's good? Still haven't completed the Crow trial, but I need a big map without any healing spot. True. Yeah, it's going to be rough. The game calculating the absolute worst phobia to give me instead of essential uncommons like Inoculus and Klepto. You still don't have an Inoculus or Klepto? That's rough. It's not the Undead event. It's the Undead event. Fair. Baba Yaga for God knows what reason. I do kind of like the aggression here. The reason being is that you can pressure the Primate. Because, like, they could attack and then leap and kill this, but then you can pressure the Primate with this and the jar. And then, obviously, the cat, too, so it's probably a dead Primate in exchange for this. And we've seen a number of Prototype games where bad guy has just hemorrhaged everything they had, but... One could say I bought the Inoculus avatar to try and attract it in my packs. I don't know if that's how it works. I don't know if that's how it works. This is a cool play. Get the boop onto the lava. I don't know if you needed that. But it is cool. It is cool. I can try hold still, but I first need that every enemy stop doing a Russell play. Wait, all your opponents are playing Russells? That is a cool play, like, to boop it into the lava. I don't know if you needed it. Like, you probably had enough damage with just the jar and stuff anyway, but why not? Noxious. There it is. Bad guy in for a bad time. They banked to 6, which is interesting. The bait here for the sheep, just daring it to come in. His arrival was foretold, as foretold in the prophecy. Noxious. I don't know what the hell bad guys did. Like, why is this happening? Sure. Yeah, that Noxious splash. I have no idea where the Baba Yaga traps are. Like, I haven't been watching it, like, at all. Really? The sheep just dies. Okay, sure. Okay, apparently there was a trap there. I don't think it matters. That's a dead Baba Yaga. 4 keys to 3. Multiple Phobies, Panic Point Advantage, and a Noxious into Erratic. Wow, and it dies to the poison. All right, well, bad guy, I have bad news for you. This is not your day. And based on this game, tomorrow's not looking good either. I got 2 Rustle in a row and hold still arena. They play it without a good defense. I could easily force my way in. Fair. I miss playing Erratic a lot, chat. I still think Erratic has its place. I don't mind Erratic into certain phobies. Like, even against, say, a Tractor, it is possible to make Erratic work. Or even other big, obviously big mechs. But it's clearly lost a lot of its value compared to how it was. Ooh, that's not the play. That's not exciting. I mean, it's still dead, but... I'm going to have to go back and look, because I always used to feel that Unbearable was a good answer to Stabby, like when I first started. And then since Unbearable fell off and Stabby's still prevalent, I kind of want to go back and look at the level 1s and see if Unbearable actually does compare favorably to Stabby 1v1. Because I'm not sure it's actually true. Down goes Stabby, and down goes Bad Guy. Well played, Prototype. GG. Definitely more of a challenge than some of the other games you've submitted. But, as in, Bad Guy actually put up more of a fight. But GG. GG. We got a little Deadly Pigeon action coming back at you on Carousel. Or, no, this is Step Right Up. Right? This is Step Right Up? Chat will correct me. Final game of the season. I love Innoculus on this map. I think everybody who has Innoculus loves it on this map. Anybody who does not have Innoculus, however, has a slightly different opinion. Played a Burrow game on Vile Vortis with Smother Mother and the 2 Molies, really? That's funny. Unbearable does heal 10% versus Stabby counter damage. I mean, yes, that was the reason that I thought it might be good, but I don't know if that's good enough. S-tier name, what, Deadly Pigeon? So we're getting a more common standard game. The Murder Wing's still a little weird, but we did see a lot of that when this map first was revealed. A lot of it... Alright, now we're deviating from regular standard stuff. Venus is coming out. But we will have a little trap gaming going on. Our hero, of course, setting up the Innoculus. It is a big threat on this map. It was my standard go-to, and I've been experimenting with other things since then. They have not been nearly as successful. Shocker. Trapper play with attractors. I love strat on this map. I could see that. I think attractor's very good on this map. I think traps would obviously work as well. I feel like you kind of need Venus, Unicorn, and or Poison Ivy to do it. I was struggling with Leela because I just couldn't get it online fast enough. At least with Poison Ivy, even though it's 4 keys, it's not that much additional investment. So here's where it starts really hitting the fan for Bad Guy. They are kind of bullied into this position right now, and they don't really have a good way to fight our hero. They can inch up the Stabby. They can try and set up trap removal with Venus, because realistically they're not going to be actually hitting any of the traps or landing any in a relevant position unless our hero does something very weird. But now our hero can just take pot shots at everything. And with the triple the 3-1 panic point advantage, bad guy has to commit something relevant because they elected to go jar instead of putting a 1 key on the board. I kind of would have liked to have seen the Murder Wing go here. However, now this was down. So I don't think there was any way for bad guy to hit it. The reason being is this could threaten the jar. And in this position, unless the Gravedigger dies, which it does, I was going to say there's no way for it to actually, like, get to a space where it can interact with anything. The Klepto getting monster value here. The systematic dismantling of bad guy. I have a good Blue Fairy game, my other account, I'm going to tell you in Discord, fair. He's OP in this map like in Crypto. I'm happy since I managed to beat Beaver in Crypto, and really nice. A Tractor Duel ended a positional mistake that ended the life of Motherload he summoned. Yeah, that... You step a toe out of position, the Tractor makes you pay for it. So bad guy's investing in Hematic Gin Sting, but... What's our hero going to do? I figured they were going to get some healer. And Quagmire is the final Phobie. I'm a little surprised Quagmire didn't end up where the Klepto is right now. And to be honest, like, Klepto could have been here, right? Where did Klepto go? Klepto went here? No, because it pulled back, so it could only go here. It couldn't get up to this spot then. But at this stage, like, this is the pairing you often want on small maps. Innocuous and Quagmire, because Quagmire is clearly a great tank. And Innocuous just annihilates everything. Just lasers everything down like it's a G.I. Joe cartoon. If bad guy even thinks about coming in, they're going to get lit up. This is just a bad spot. The Corn is a little exposed. Like, the Corn possibly could have died here, I guess. I feel like this Corn could have died. And there wasn't a great way. Well, I guess the Innocuous covers this spot, so if Venus goes up, then the Innocuous just lights it up. But regardless, this is going to be a dead Hematic Gin Sting for basically nothing. I guess not literally nothing because, well, that dies, and the combination of these two may actually be able to kill the Quagmire. Maybe not. Because this has 2,600 plus health. GG. Got him. Absolutely got him. Innocuous does really unfair things on this map. It definitely feels unfair. But GG, well played. Kratosss, next one on deck, Red Rum. Boom! Alright, well just boom! Less O's in that. Only 2 O's. A trail of hurting spas? So, fire Quagmire. I feel like we're going in circles now. Bad guy banking to 6, just literally not moving, passing turn. What is going on? I guess they figured if they go in, the combination of these in a jar spells the death of Snowball. But instead of going with whatever, they just put a Daisy on the board. This could have lived if it was still here. And then if they come in, I think you kill the Daisy. Maybe not, because you probably need a jar to help. Banking already looks like the old days where people bank for beauty and easy win. I mean, now it's people banking for boss, but... Point taken. Wait, come on. What? Hold on. I was trying to see if there was a way to get the jar and then the cat walks and hits this, but there isn't. However, I think it still goes back to my earlier point about, like, I was talking about unicorn, but also the cat could have been more aggressively positioned. Now this is just a dead unicorn for nothing, right? Maybe like Blob, except it surrounds an ally for a big heal, but then leaves them vulnerable because they can't move. That would be interesting, Rybread. Like, I wonder if they are willing to do another Glob. Because, as I understand it, Glob has been an absolute nightmare for the dev team due to the complexity of the programming. AKA bugs. Speaking of bugs, whatever the hell Pterodactyl's puke... Like, what is Pterodactyl's attack? I don't even get it. The Baba Yaga into an onboard tickles is bold, especially when that Baba Yaga gets beat up like this. Our hero under an enormous amount of pressure already. Alright, so bad guy is now left with a choice. Who are they going to try and kill here? I think Innocuous is the correct choice here, if you're going in. But our hero may be able to punish this pretty hard. Cat goes down. But bad guy's choosing not to body block here. Does their jar just live? Yeah, the jar just lives. Our hero has a very low level snowball comparatively. Pterodactyl paying with its unlife. This was kind of aggressive, I guess. I get the pick. But you're, like, right in the teeth of your opponent's team. And I think that's the turning point. If bad guy didn't go in, do they win this game? Probably. However, if they don't go in, I guess they still have Innocuous. So our hero could kind of inch up. Under 3k health. The bad guy's out of keys now. This should be a dead daisy. Droney, the bane of the undead. Eternal Night, the final phobie. Honestly, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Bad guy simply left wondering, where did it all go wrong? This is a cool play, although I think the leap was up anyway, so you could have gone around the top and... Oh my god, it's not dead. Lol. Our hero still could have got this, even without breaking it, because you could go up here, leap, and then fireball from here, but it was a much cooler way to do it. Got him. GG. That was very tight. Like, I know Kratosss loves Baba Yaga, but I don't know if that was... I don't know if that was necessary. That was a weird one. Bad guy kind of just threw it away, if we're being honest, right? Bad guy just punted it. Potenzia 2, here on Exponential decay. Rest in peace, Miss Moffat. You will forever be remembered for your heroic service in war. All right. A very dramatic eulogy for... I was going to say the earliest spider in the game, but realistically, most people probably have Henrietta long before they have Miss Moffat, right? Well, maybe not. Henrietta's a rare, right? Again, with the boomer openers, I don't get this. We've been seeing a lot of boomer openers. Now, I guess this helps dodge potential damage here. I guess it's fine. This is one of those maps that there has been a shift. Because a lot of people would open first or second player, they would go Murder Wing. And now I've been seeing way more people going Snowball to the middle, which makes sense if you're going first. I don't know if the Murder Wing opener going first is the better option. Not sure. But either way, bad guy elected to go for an early 7 key in Oopsie Baby. I guess is fine. This Hevo needed to move further. So hypothetically, bad guy can just take this safely because you can fireball, but you don't have, like, the Hevo can't reach. If the Hevo was where Boomer is or here, you could threaten the Murder Wing, but maybe that, like, is that even enough damage? Oh, wow. Never mind. Actually, it would be close. I'm not going to count it up because I don't care because it didn't happen anyway. But I would have liked to have seen the Hevo there at least to present the threat if it can actually kill it. This is all... Okay, I was about to say that's also weird because the Oopsie Baby now can tag the Hevo. Tired, chat. I spent a lot of time playing co-op today, chat. StarCraft 2. Which doesn't seem to be doing well stream-wise. Whoa, we got a Chuck. I'm always on the lookout for other variety games that chat would be interested in seeing. Seems like there's some interest in Pokemon Unite, so I'm going to try and get my capture card rigged up again. But if people want to see specific games, let me know. I know there have been suggestions in the past. I'm trying to avoid having to buy new things if I can help it, but... So, bad guy is leaning on, I have bigger keys than you, and our hero is relying on button presses, aka yoinks. Why did that happen? I know that our hero wanted the... Okay, that's either a dead Chuck or a dead Oopsie Baby, or should be. Oopsie Baby to power down the Boomer? Clearly. It's a pretty good Graylian pull. I think you could have got the Chuck, though, right? No, maybe not. Because you'd have to... You go down here, you yoink. You swap. So it's 1,013, 17. And Jar probably is not enough damage. So you'd have... Like, if the Snowball was still around. If Graylian lives, there's no world in which this Graylian lives. I take it back. There's a reality where the Graylian lives, but it should not be this one. Little challenge play to get the Stabby into position, I guess. that's, I guess, an okay trade. The problem is you're still in a weird spot trying to deal with this Chuck. And you're down panic points because this Murder Wing has just been incredibly annoying. But the third displacement effect coming into play, it's going to be a tractor. All right. I mean, this is now suddenly looking okay for our hero as long as they can set something up, which of course is the challenge. But bad guy just kind of walked into the yoink. I guess our hero didn't have enough damage to actually kill the Chuck. Yeah, the pole was live. So I guess there wasn't enough damage there, but... I don't get the numbskull either. They wanted a 1-key clearly, but... Gonzo. Here's where you kind of wish this attractor was a Rambolina, right? Double kill there. Get the poison onto the stabby. I mean, the sheep really most likely came out as an answer to the Chuck, so I don't know that I like this one. I mean, that play is fine. This Bachelor... Okay, there's a Boomer. I was going to say the Bachelor might be enough to prevent the Chuck from dying, but the Boomer absolutely does. Because otherwise you can move up and yoink on, targeting a spider. I guess this is fine. I mean, you're asking the bow to die. Do get that big Miss Moffat poison onto the Chuck, though. 496. This is... I don't know. This doesn't seem like it was sequenced correctly for bad guy. I feel like there was a better turn there. Like, maybe you gonzo the stabby to clear this out. Maybe you end up with the same thing anyway. Or mostly the same thing. It's like, if you gonzo the stabby... That kills this. You can yoink this. No, the spider's down, never mind. Maybe you end up with mostly the same turn. But now bad guy's in a pretty weird spot because they need time, but our hero's just not going to give it to him. Honestly, at this point, our hero could almost just run away with something and let the poison kill them. Poison will do them in. And probably more quickly than they would like. Snipe on the attractor, but there's too much of our hero. Our hero is everywhere. Sure. And I guess this will die from the poison. So the focus is really getting rid of this. Seems a little odd. There was a lot of, like, weird sequencing in this game. Where maybe the players tried it out and there just was not a way to make the things that I'm thinking of happen. But it definitely felt like there was several turns from both players that could have gone a different way that likely would have been better for them. But down to the wire, bad guy, death to poison, GG. Well played. Well played. Got a short one coming at us. For on Rush Hour, Choapique is our hero. Let's see what's going on. Bad guys banking on turn 1. Huh. Sure. Okay. I'm level 26, they're level 96, and I still managed to win this, to win in the worst, well, I assume this is supposed to be worst way possible. Wolf 2, I guess? Thank you for the follow, much appreciated. Everyone was worried. Because, why? I don't even understand. Not everyone. Fair, DT. Although you've gone through that as well. Where you are absent for a brief period and people lose their minds. I don't understand what's happening in this game, chat. So just to reinforce what's being stated, this person, bad guy, is somewhere around... They actually are higher level than me, I think. Stress level. And our hero is very much not. I was away for 30 or 40 minutes. I mean, that's... I don't think that's true. I'm trying to go for the heart at this point. I mean, that seems appropriate. Bad guy has absolutely left that open for you. As the same level Smother Mother as you have? Fair. I mean, like... Yeah, that's a pretty high level Smother Mother. I'm so curious as to what the hell Smother Mother is supposed to be. Yeah, you can't reach this with Maggie. You'd need a droney family. I kind of like the leaving this here, if it can tank this. Which we're going to find out momentarily if it can. The reason I say that is because it means that bad guy can't claim this panic point. And they seemingly have zero interest in the panic points. I don't understand. We've gotten some really bizarre-ass games tonight, chat. Like, some absolutely off-the-wall weird games. Why is there... What? It feels like bad guy was just challenging themselves to... Like, how much damage can I take before I can make a comeback? Why didn't they take this panic point? Why didn't they kill this Maggie? There's something weird going on here. I don't really agree with the attractor here. I think at this point you have to assume that your only victory condition, well, your main victory condition is go heart. So you want something more mobile than this. That being said, bad guys spent a lot of time not doing a whole hell of a lot. See, like, if you had another phobie that was here, even if it was, like, say, Jar, the Jar snipes the Jar, and then you could walk the Cyclops up here and hit the heart simultaneously. What? I guess? Is to attract phobies away from mine? I mean, honestly, I don't know what the hell bad guy's doing. I think you would have been much better off just going for, like, a more standard thing, whatever it is, because they have a singular out at this point. They have to get the panic points back while dealing with your phobies. I know that sounds like two things, but they're basically one and the same. So if you present more of a threat to either the panic points or their heart, that's fine. The attractor, it like, was irrelevant. They shouldn't have even gone after it. I mean, I guess the attractor worked as a distraction, sort of. GG? Got him? I don't even... Like, what the hell happened there? What did I just witness? Master Dark versus Mushry. Oh no! We have an intra-random's thoughts brawl. Who will win between two Smother Mother enjoyers? Sadly, no Smother Mother duel. Alright, well... We shall see. We shall see. I saw a 9-key level 11 phobia. I was like, damn, alright, I'm done. Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you on that last game. I would have phoned it in right away, but it looks like bad guy phoned it in harder in that game. So our hero here is Master Dark. We did look at a Mushry game earlier, right? Yes, we did. I want to make sure I wasn't fibbing. What? Is this secret tech or is this a meme, chat? Secret tech or a meme? What? Why is a level 3 lobster on here? I don't get it. Why is there a level 3 lobster? Chat, what is going on tonight? We're back to, like, memes left and right. Just normal games. We're just normal games. Get a little Edgar. We all knew it was coming. Why Edgar? Because Master Dark has an obsession with Edgar Allan. So this positioning does make Master Dark's Murder Wings life more challenging, but... Because you have to, like, kind of body block. Okay, this is bold. Does Mushry just not... I'm not going to pause it, but, like, I guess Mushry just doesn't have the damage to kill any of these. Because, like, you could go here, yoink, and then get a hit with this, a hit with this, 2 hits with this. I think you get 2. Steven with the classic troll. He wants to hug him, however, he's a crow, so he can't do it. Crows are very interesting animals. They're very interesting animals. Among the living dinosaurs. A tractor. Yeah, this is going to be a thing. That one's a raven? I mean, yes. I think we all knew what was intended. I didn't go for the correction there. Although it's probably better that there is a correction so that way we are more precise. Alright, so we're getting the big standoff with Mushry in the lead here, panic point-wise, at the very least. The great repositioning. I assume this is a dead Klepto. There's just no world in which it's not, right? There's way too many things on the board for this not to be a dead Klepto. The problem is that you're going to get Edgared with the Attractor live. I think it would have been better to possibly offer up the Murder Wing, but I don't know, or at the very least the Gin Sting. I don't know if either would have been enough bait for bad guy to Mushry here to be willing to commit. Kill number 1. Kill number 2. Kill number 3. And saving the Attractor, because otherwise it's going to get booped. Seems okay. Had to sack the Klepto to do it, and the Klopster, I guess. $13. Plus 7 keys so far. Plus 3 keys. That's a weird death noise. Raucous, but a little bit too late, I think. I think the Raucous is a little late, obviously. Masterdarksh still has 7 keys, so as long as there's decent damage still available, because now the Attractor is going to be live again. The boop is down. Pterodactyl. Honestly, I probably would have gone like 4-3. Or 5-2, something like that, rather than sinking it into a singular Phobie. The reason being is you ultimately get more damage, because you'll have more actions that you can take, but I mean, Pterodactyl still represents a significant threat. And it's highly mobile, so it is always in position, to a degree, to help out with Edgar. I wonder how thematically, or how much of a theme that is intended to be, that, you know, all the flying Phobies pair well with Edgar. It's probably not, and I'm just making things up, but, you know. Trying to get the concave set up here. It's possible for Mushry to configure a Raucous lineup so that there isn't, like, a truly atrocious yoink. But odds are this is just death, right? No Edgar yet. No Edgar yet. This is actually going to die to the fire. That's wild. And then there were 3. Boop. Bye-bye, good boy. But, yeah, I don't think Mushry's team is long for this world. Obviously, the big play was the attractor pull into the Edgar. I think it's also Phobie choice really led to that position. The reason I say that is ultimately, if Mushry didn't have that happen that turn, I think Master Dark could have slowly zoned them out. But it's tough to say, given the presence of the Klopster and the Hevo 2.0 for the boop, because maybe you could commit in a way that allows you to, say, snipe the Innocuous, but not have to overextend too much. I don't know. What do you think, chat? I feel as though it just came down to the Phobie choices setting up the inevitable. And then there was one. I didn't see why are all the Phobies buffed? Because of, well, that guy. Because of Edgar Allan. It is a global damage buff. Edgar's strong, he's so strong. I don't know. I mean, I think it's appropriately powered. But like we said before, I don't think there's a way that you can feasibly buff Edgar that wouldn't make it oppressive. But not bad. GG. GG. We'll see. First, we got Kif Lek. To fight and conquer in all our battles is not supreme excellence. Supreme excellence consists in breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. Sun Tzu, The Art of War. That absolutely sounds like a Sun Tzu quote, but I haven't read that book in a very long time. It's been a very, very long time. But our hero here in the blue trunks on Pyro Abyss. We haven't gotten many game replays on this map. Admittedly, it's only been in rotation for what? Like, I don't even know. Like this past Thursday? Yeah, probably not, Big She. Probably not. That one's all the way at the bottom of the list right now. I'm the residue. What? That's funny. We haven't seen Savadas in a while. Only because Moobot just reminded me of the fan video they made. We already did one of yours tonight, W's, so we're probably not getting to another one. This game is kind of stalematey. We're seeing some fairly standard stuff out of... Ooh, okay. I take it back. I've been honestly trying to force Wooly Bully, and I haven't gotten on the board. But Wooly Bully making an appearance here. Wooly Bully making an appearance, which is actually kind of cool, into the Jin Sting. Level 8, level 11, 363. I feel as though Wooly Bully either needs to power down a little bit more, or maybe its Hematic Jin Sting should do just a little bit less damage. Dead Boomer? Dead Boomer to the flames, and Smiley comes out. That's actually really interesting also as a response. Our hero here has now put multiple Phobies on the board. A couple of Phobies on the board that are actually These are some cute ideas. I don't think that muffin's gonna work out the... Wait, what? Really? To heal 200 damage? There's a healing spa. I don't know about that one, chat. I don't... Debuff is underrated. I agree. I think debuffs are wildly underexplored. And I do want to use them more in my own gameplay. I just have to force myself to do it. Alright, bad guy going with the, what did we dub these things? The quadrupods? Was that it? What was the name we came up with a few weeks ago, chat? They are sentinels, I guess, but, like, we came up with a silly name on stream for them. I feel like it was quadrupods? Alright, bad guy is maxed out. This is the team they want to try and win the game with, plus 7 keys, but... Yeah, it depends on what the level of your debuff is. Like, if your debuff effectively neuters a phobia entirely, yeah. It might as well be a freeze. Sort of. Right, bad guy slowly zoning our hero out of the game here. I don't really... I mean, I kind of get the erratic. I was talking about it a few games ago as a potential answer into things like this, but... I don't know. Erratic is king on this map. Have you seen it a lot, DT? I haven't played on Pyro Abyss. I don't even remember the last time. You use it a lot? Interesting. I mean, I get it. Like, a lot of things are going to be clustered in this area right here, so it makes sense. The logic is sound. Our heroes also max out on Phobies, by the way, so I'm not really sure. They have to commit into this. They're going to get sheeped. Are they tanky enough to not get annihilated by a tractor yoink? Ha ha! Got him! Oh, wait. Is this... This is not dead. I thought this was gonna die. It's not gonna die. A tractor's gonna live to yoink. Really, it's gonna live to do 2 attack. Alright, I'm willing to let this play out. But, like... One of the more frustrating things about playing against Smiley is that it still does the animation against mechs. I wish it didn't. I know why it has to, but it's still annoying. That wasn't terrible, I guess? But, like, that still doesn't seem good. I guess our hero couldn't have killed the snowball to, like, challenge play it, but... bad guys in a world of hurt at this stage. I just don't really like the sequence they had. The overextension, like, first of all, imagine if Muffin was still viable, and then they could have just walked the attractor back to Muffin it. And then, like, the whole team is protected, Sheep is there, so if our hero commits in, they get sheeped, and the attractor could come back in, get another yoink, and, like, they were seemingly so focused on killing Smiley that they lost sight of the fact that the rest of their team was going to die. I guess. An amazing you're fired. Slapping the snot out of everything with a street sign. I don't... Bad guy, bad day. Does bad guy just, like, run away? Come on, don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. Like, you've clearly lost, right? Like, the game is over. There's just no hope. You're not going to disease their whole team and live. Like, you're not going to wait them out. What's the headless thing? This is foul. This is a stress level reward. I want to say 50? Seriously, this is something, until we get a true surrender function, meaning that you don't get penalized for surrendering. Like, you at least get all of the rewards up to that point or something, or they set it at a certain level where when you lose, you always get this amount, or whatever. Until that happens, just accept the law. Like, send your guys in and let them die. Like, I doubt bad guys doing this to troll. I kind of get the sense that they're doing it to, like, oh, well, I'll get a little bit more reward. But to be honest, you've just doubled your queue length because, like, there was no hope of you winning this game, and the minimal amount of points that you got, personally, I value my time more than that. Maybe they needed one more hit for a quest. I don't know, but just send your guys in and let them die. GG. Got him. All right, take two. We're actually back on the same map, and I just got the weirdest feeling. Wait. Okay, seriously, chat. I just got the weirdest feeling of deja vu, because I distinctly remember something like this happening before, where somebody said, oh, can you do the other game instead of this one? It was on Always Watching, and bad guy opened with Gesundheit. This was the weirdest, like, I don't know why I'm remembering this, but this history was repeating itself. So what were the notes here? The history match of the year. Coming in on the left, we have one of the best phobies in the game himself, Boss. And on the right, we have the multi-headed mechanical monstrosity itself, Hydra. I should have done that in a different voice, but... Is that somebody that still plays Big She? I don't recognize... Well, I kind of recognize that name. Oh, excuse me. Oh my god, chat. I feel like I'm in a fun house, and I have all those wacky mirrors that are distorting reality, because why is there a... What is happening? I don't... Why is there a foul this early? To counter the stabby? That's not going to end well for you. Oh, I was asking if that person still plays, the person you're saying that would like the Gesundheit opener. Because that name looks sort of familiar. Thunder Rocks, who I just now noticed has Sparkles follow them, a la Brony. Ah, interesting, okay. It's happening, chat. Just get cooked! Get cooked! Cupcake might be the thumbnail. Cupcake might be the thumbnail. Or like that. In all seriousness, I'm not trolling here. It's a legitimate question. I might, so here's the thing. Okay, before I get to my comment, I might edit in the cupcake to be on screen, but have it pause, because I think DT's right. Like, the foul, like this when it's getting hit, and I'll just put the caption as "get cooked." Here's the thing. Why does Cupcake not have a warm-up? I mean, obviously it was intentional. The devs intentionally designed it, like, created it this way, but it feels like they explicitly wanted to show up and punish people, right? And that just seems too good. I feel like this needs a warm-up, but then at the same time, then it can't heal right off the bat. This might be a good example of the first Phobie that should have two abilities, like two activated abilities. One for the heal, one for the damage buff. And then I would feel probably a lot better about Cupcake. Yes, Rocket Daisy is pretty good. I haven't used it all that much recently, but for a long time, Daisy was one of my primary Phobies. The floor is lava is example already hard for stalemates now because it's a Cupcake. Go forward, get wrecked. The floor is lava doesn't really devolve into stalemates for me most of the time. It tends to, like, be overwhelming one way or the other. What? Okay. The problem is they're going to you're fired and walk away. Or should, and the jar just dies. Like, I don't think picking off the creep was worth it here. Wait, what? They could have you're fired and then, like, walk back here and the foul can't get you. So they're going to body block instead. You should focus on leveling Daisy. I mean, you don't really need to focus on leveling particular Phobies. It's more avoid certain Phobies / just go with whatever your upgrades or whatever seems fun. There is an argument to be said that, like, you can just beat people on levels regardless of how bad the Phobie is to a degree, but Daisy is worth leveling. Daisy is worth leveling. Daisy is risky because Droney can step on that thing easily. Depending on your stress level and, like, ladder ranking, that may not be a factor because they may not have it. It also may not be a factor because a lot of people are just going to miss the play. But the thing is with Daisy is you look at it as a Jin Sting alternate. If you assume that your main Phobie in most... Here, we're going to pause for a second. If you assume for the moment that Jin Sting is your main 4-key, right? It's a mobile, ranged AoE Phobie. Well, every other turn, every couple turns, AoE Phobie. Has decent damage, arguably low, but you'll get a lot of upgrades for it. So it'll probably be one of your higher leveled Phobies, generally. Daisy occupies a very similar niche. And the thing is what scenarios do you want Daisy over Jin Sting? Jin Sting has more HP, can also be healed. Daisy has Resurrect, but you have to be cognizant of the Droney series. You would need it in scenarios where you want to push more damage. Daisy represents higher damage output. So if you're only going to walk up and get one attack, Daisy's probably better, because then you can push more damage. If you need the AoE or just something that's a little tankier so that you can maneuver a little bit, maybe soak some hits because you have to contest the board, Jin Sting's better. So I currently use Daisy less than Jin Sting, but it's always a consideration. All right, Master Dark, have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. By the way, we have 2 sheeps on the board, chat. I don't know why any of this is happening. I like Daisy early game when they'll have trouble knocking it down, especially on big maps where it can stay out of Droney range. Yep, that's fair. I mean, on big maps, I guess they might be more aware of the Droney, if you follow what I mean. There's a lot of birds. A lot of flightless birds on the board, chat. Although I guess technically Fowl could be a flying bird. Possibly, right? Could have been previously a flying bird. This thing is still dead, isn't it? No! Oh no, the boss lives! Baby Snaky, huh? The honey bear response was cute, but I don't know if... Obviously, it didn't really work out. Now, this is scary. You only have a 2-to-1 panic point advantage thanks to your own... And now it's reversed, thanks to your own honey bear. The boss is healing. I assume bad guy blunders here somehow. Foul is a headless pigeon. This is a lot of damage. I mean, I guess maybe not thanks to sniping the boom, but still. This was a very strange game, chat. What do you think was the strangest game tonight, chat? Because we had a lot of weird ones. Probably the most head-scratching was, I think it was Choapique's, the one where they were down by literally like 80 levels and won. Might have been 70 levels. It was something absurd. Has this Hydra even attacked anything? But, like, that may not be the weirdest one just because there was, like, bad guy just did inexplicable things. Double Clopsters. Yeah, that was pretty weird. The useless muffin. I can't even remember them all, chat. There were so many. I think there was only, like, 1 or 2, quote-unquote, normal games. Bad guy just letting the stapler remover go ham on their heart. Hey, Hydra connects with something. There we go. Lol. Why would you not put the trap here? They're probably going to take the panic point. I guess it doesn't matter. Send Morty into Brony range. It was that, too? Oh, my God. I think what killed me about the Morty one is I don't even think all the other stuff had to be in Brony range. Like, they could have probably walked at least one more Phobie out of Brony range and kept the Morty safe. Oh, were you not there for that, Big She? You missed that one? You got to go back and watch that one. It was a pretty ridiculous brony that absolutely had no business happening. I don't know if it was that game, because we actually had like 3 or 4 Morty games tonight. GG. Just random. Taking it down. If we get short games, we can get a lot of games in. But in this case, we got a 21-turn game from Hi Georgie. Well, welcome back, Georgie. A few mistakes and questionable decisions here and there, but you should expect that coming from me. At least I survive with more phobies than usual. Well, let's see what we got. Numbskull opener. What? Okay. Georgie, what are you doing here? What is going on here? Karst game is long? We might not even get to Karst game. Well, actually, Karst would be up next. Why Droney? I don't know. To be honest, this Droney... Time out. Hold on. You could just kill the Droney. You creep spit and then jar up here. You were already putting jar. Chat, was everybody like saving it up for the most bizarre, absurd plays? Like, going out of their way to find everything weird that they could possibly do? You don't even kill the Contortio! Chat, I just want to go to bed now. Yo, that guy is mad. Chat, I just want to go to bed now. I don't want to do this anymore. What is happening? I love the preemptive clinic. I know. Chat, again, I don't want to beat up on anybody. We're just having fun. If you happen to be somebody watching this and it turns out, oh, it's you on stream and you're the bad guy, trust me, I'm not shitting on you to make you feel bad. But what the f*** is going on? What is going on tonight? What is happening? I'll debate tomorrow whether to edit out the giant F-bomb or not. Alright, W's. Thanks for hanging out. Is there an angry reaction? I mean, tilt if you have 100,000. But like I said before, tilt is mostly there for me when I tilt, which I'm not tilting right now. I'm like, this is funny, angry, if you can call it that. I'm not really angry. It's just funny, confused. You know, when you get a concussion, like if you sustain a head injury, there are common things that they check, right? You know, they check your vision to see if your eyes track. They ask you questions like, what year is it? If you're in the U.S., I'm sure in other parts of the world they ask other things, but in the U.S. they're like, who is the current sitting president? Who, like, things that basically every person would know. And I feel like now we're at the stage where, because of these games, you could ask, like, is this a normal thing to do? And nobody in their right mind is going to look at these things and go, yeah, that's normal. What is this cat doing? I don't... I don't even know what to say, chat. This is confounding. Not confounding. This is... What word am I looking for? I don't know. Like... Somebody was joking off stream. Maybe it was in Discord. But people were joking about submitting troll games. And I think the joke was like, oh, well, what if we submitted, like... No, I don't think Clinico's done anything. It just moved. You know, Boo Fairy might be the most normal thing about this game. But, like, somebody was talking about troll games, and they were going to submit, like, a 700-turn game, and, like, oh, it'll be so funny, what's going to happen? But, like, I think that I'm being trolled here. This is where if I really was doing heavy edits, I would edit in the Gladiator clip where Russell Crowe goes, "Are you not entertained?" That's what would happen here. Because I'm not going to lie. This is... Like, this is an entertaining series of games, but it's absolutely... I think it's good to have these sort of games mixed in. Or even a whole night of it like this. Where it's just super weird stuff. But, like, I don't think we could do this every week. I think it would both lose the entertainment value, and it would also just start to, like, completely veer into, alright, this is now boring territory. Because, like, what is happening? Fish tank on its way to restore your sanity? Yeah, the fish tank is what's gonna do it. I don't think the cat even attacked the heart. It just moved over here. It didn't even attack. It just walked in and died, I think. Because it ended up in this spot. Oh, he did attack? I missed it. The fish tank is fishy. One fish, two fish, red fish, punch the shit out of you, fish. I think the more insane thing about this game is, like, I don't know that bad guy's in a horrendous spot at this point. Well, I guess if this Hevo dies, they're in a terrible spot. Like, if they untapped, if they started their turn with everything, maybe they can make something happen? I don't know. No, they're in a terrible spot. Never mind. Like, there's a microscopic that showed up. What? Yeah, Georgie's team under the sea right now. Well, not really. They only had 2 marine phobies. Heal? Not gonna happen. That Clinico there is strictly for damage. And not healing it. I don't know. I don't know. I like watching these games sometimes. This is hilarious. You don't even kill the unicorn. You can't even kill the corn. LOL. Yeah, this definitely feels like I was being trolled. Big Brain is right. You know, Georgie, I'm just going to say a game of the night. Karst, our hero here, back on Rush Hour against Hoploy, features Sir Probes, Oopsie, and Cerberus. Alright. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. Hoploy, of course, the final boss for a lot of people due to stress levels, if nothing else. Karst going with the DT plan, breaking the bottom block here. Tickles, huh? I have to imagine that Karst did the math that this can't die. Or that if it can, that they can counter-kill the snowball when it comes in. Or Hoploy could just do that and go, I'm gonna... Because this is the thing. Okay, here's the question, chat. Here's the larger question. Should the stress level... Because as you climb the ladder, you end up higher heart health, more panic point damage, higher environmental damage, healing spas heal more, etc. I don't know if the percentage of... I started an account today. Lava does, I think, 200 damage. There's no way that it's scaling properly, right? So I'm spitting a lot of things out, so let me make this more concise. Should the damage from panic points, lava, etc., we're talking onboard effects, not from phobia abilities, be increased as stress level increases? Because I feel like once people hit Hoploy's level on the regular, things like lava suddenly become way more trivial, right? Like, they kind of don't matter. Because think about it. This is a 1200 health snowball. It gets hit with lava and almost still has 1000 health. Also, I don't understand why Karst went glob here. Also, Karst didn't mention glob in the notes. The hilarious thing about this... is that glob was not mentioned, implying that it's an oh, by the way. It's not a big deal. This happens so often that it's on the regular. Hoploy, of course, responding to the repeller, the anti-glob. Sir Probes a lot, for anybody who isn't aware. Oh, Karst uses glob on this map a lot. I mean, the Akira glob combo, absolutely get it. Definitely makes sense. I find it amusing that Sir Probes a lot has, like, no torso. Because, look, his neck ends here. His torso, like, is almost non-existent. Why did the Temptress come out? To answer the bow? Akira pull damages the shield? Yes. How does the shield interact with glob? Like, if Karst had just globbed this, does the shield still soak a hit? I assume so, right? Yeah, the shields last indefinitely. Like, they don't go away unless they're interacted with, as far as I can tell. So yeah, that Akira pull, pretty effective. Getting the quick snipe on Temptress there, which means that glob has already gotten equal key trade. Oh, you can stack the shields? I didn't realize that. Notably, though, the glob, despite... like, how... What level is this glob? This is a level 18 glob, and it just got annihilated. Absolutely shredded. Bad things are about to happen. Bad things are about to happen to our hero here. How much is Sir Probes? 5. Oh, 1 shield per phobie, so you can't stack them over and over on the same phobie. Ooh, interesting. All right. At this point, I think Karst is recognizing that, like, hey... Oh, you get the repeller, too! No, you don't. Wait, what? Did the Stabby attack? Oh, Stabby must have attacked here. Yeah, the Stabby attacked to kill the snowball earlier. Unfortunately, that means the repeller lives... Double kill for the boss. Kira goes down. So it was a Kira and Glob for Temptress and Repeller? I guess that's not really fair to say that's all it was. There were too many things that went on to, like, cleanly divide that. Now, I've noticed, because we've had a bunch of games in recent weeks submitted where Hoploy was the bad guy. And Hoploy does seem to pop out Bad Omen as an end-of-game phobie. Crushmore died too. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, as I was saying it, it's not a clean comparison because of the shift in board position. There's too many things going on to just say, well, this equals this, I think. All right, so the Cerberus is weird to me, especially given the Sir Probes. That being said, if you can oopsie baby something, it's a 528 damage debuff. It's not an insignificant debuff. So you might be able to just march this up and say you don't have enough damage to stop me. But this is kind of what I was thinking, is like, yeah, you can just shield stuff and then guard the rest of the points. There's not a lot of heart pressure going on. There's going to be more now, but... I kind of feel as though this should have stayed here. I almost thought Karst was going to do it the other way, but this, I think, makes more sense to get the power down, so that way you don't get hit with an enormous retaliation. It didn't look like Stabby did reflect damage, that's why I was double-checking. Power down equals beatable Hoploy. Based on what Karst has said before, Karst runs into Hoploy all the time, so I think they've had enough practice figuring it out. And I assume a concession comes in with a dead Stabby here, because it's like, alright, you're gonna be able to push me literally onto my heart. You have every other panic point. And that's going to draw the concession. Well played, Karst. I think we can all conclude that the Akira Yoink was the turning point, right? But that wasn't the only good play from Karst. There was a lot of solid play here to manipulate the board in their favor to win despite being down like a gazillion levels. It's like almost 10 levels. I mean, Sir Probes is not a good example, but... Actually, 10 levels is an exaggeration, but it's a lot. It's a lot. GG, Karst. Well played. Because tomorrow, I gotta edit this. It's gonna be long. Renamon. Next hero in the batter's cage. Glob. Speaking of Glob. I'm out of water, chat. Was this during the event? Why? What is going on? This was only 4 days ago. Alright, Grimes is kind of cool. Although, from both players, why did neither of you go Snowball? Why did neither of you go... Like, the opener on this map is very well defined. Wait. There's a droney. I was looking at the notes. I didn't see the droney. Why didn't the droney take the middle? What is happening, chat? Oh my god. Anybody else see the movie Zoolander? You know the line from the bad guy where he's like, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills? That's this right now. This whole night. This entire night feels like crazy pills. So I assume they think they're blocking in Grimes. They kind of are, actually. Well, they could go like here, but that's not great. Jesus Christ, come on. I was gonna, like, point this out, but I would have to pause the game, and I think just letting the insanity happen is worth it. The Grimes is gonna end up, like, here, right? Because lol, it lived. It is a big panic point advantage for bad guy. Or not. We're just going to get the AoE to kill. Key positive trade already. I mean, Grimes doesn't necessarily have to grow to absurd proportions. We're getting a little walk to glob, chat. Some funny stuff is about to happen to bad guy. I don't think they're going to be happy about it. I think they're going to be upset. That's probably a dead Noxious. Are you serious? Why didn't you just kill it with this, then? I don't even care. I don't... Why did you do that? That doesn't even make sense. This also makes no sense. Like, why would you... I think that the thumbnail caption is just going to be flabbergasted. I love how I love how the gator is still flexing in the glob. You know, somebody had a cool idea the other day, chap, that, you know, the ASIM shooters like Dead by Daylight, Predator Hunting Ground, Ghostbusters, the new one, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, etc. Somebody said they should do one with the Glob, or the Blob from the Blob horror movie, the inspiration for the Glob. And I thought that would be kind of cool. Level 1 Snowball. You know, that's probably the most normal thing we've seen thus far in this game. More weird game. I mean, yes. I can't even like, what is the glob at? Sure. Bad guy down to 7 keys. Admittedly, they have a 4-to-1 panic point advantage, but it doesn't matter. Our hero still has half their hard health. Fish tank, obviously. Why would you go anything but fish tank at this stage? Fish tank is clearly the most appropriate choice here. I won't hear anything to the contrary. Unreal. We have seen a lot of fish tanks today, and I can't really explain why. Ah, man, chat. I don't know. I've run out of ways to describe how bizarre tonight's set of games have been. I ran out like 4 games ago, and now we're running on fumes because I don't know what else to add. Maybe I should just make the thumbnail like super YouTube thumbnail bait, like clickbaity, and be like, the weirdest games ever! And it won't even be a lie. It won't... How many turns has this glob been eating this gator? Mix 4 thumbnails together. Those actually do worse. Honestly. When I do... I've done that a couple times before, and they do worse. Like, the thumbnail really does dictate how well the video does. Takes forever to digest a gator? I mean, I would imagine, yes. Glob, everyone. Glob. I don't think we need to, like... I'm just skipping these turns. I think we know what's gonna happen. GG, Renamon. Wow. Alright, Big She. Finishing up the stream with an enormously long game. Let's see what we got. Now, we're watching this from the perspective of Bad Guy, at Big She's request. Why? I don't know. I don't know why. But we're going to find out. Back to our more standard openers, chat. After all the insane games we had tonight, let's see what Big She's got in store for us. Bad guy showing 0 fear. Ooh, alright. This is interesting, because this is going to force a retreat from this snowball. Like, it has to... Oh, no, never mind. It can reach. I thought it would be 1 space short without a double move. Never mind. Never mind. I take it back. Muffin gets the heal. But Bad Guy is unable to threaten the Henrietta because of the follow-up here. I think we all know what's happening now, chat. When that guy shows up, this little guy right there, I think we all know what's coming. We've been trained at this point. Notably, bad guy does not respond properly. You see a Firkin and you're playing against Big She, you probably need to respond with Firkin. Because we all know what's about to happen. Bow Mangles naturally leaving 8 keys. I wonder why. I can only begin to theorize what could be showing up. And this is why we're watching from bad guy's perspective, so we can see the traps. Or I imagine that's the reason. Ooh, bad guy does notably get their own Firkin. All right. We have a game on our hands, chat. Quick poison here. I imagine Big She did the math, and there's no way for this Noxious to die. Because it could get hit by Poison Ivy, Daisy, Snowball, and a jar. If bad guy heavily invests in making the jar connect. And there's the Mildred. We all knew it was coming. Oh no, is that Firkin dead? I guess not, because the Firkin landed on the Firkin. So this at least now leaves bad guy with the option to Hevo the Mildred, hypothetically. Metabot? Really? If I was bad guy, I'd be upset. That is super tilting when stuff like that happens. Quick pick there, but we're going to get the trade. About a quarter of the way through the game, and we get a Gonzo added to bad guy's team. Panic point advantage for our hero, though. Evo 2 Gonzo tilted you? Why? I mean, yeah, you get a big hit, but your team is really tanky, and they don't have a great way to follow things up. Like, they're not killing the Mildred, so that means they commit, and then you just annihilate them, right? Given the game is so long, I'm not going to pause, so I'll just have to assume that the numbers were not in your favor. I mean, yeah, the Hevo is definitely a counter to the turret setup, but they still need to commit in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And they didn't leave room for a 1 key because they went for this Clinico. So that means that they're going to have to commit something important in order to claim panic points or do this. I want to know how many times they tried that, or did they know that that was going to work right away? This was a waste, wasn't it? Because the Mildred hit should mean that you get everything back, health-wise, right? Like, that Gonzo was meaningless. I think. Didn't you just win right now? Like, you have 1 key left, a muffin available, I guess. Like, they can't kill the Mildred, can they? I guess you didn't heal all the damage back, but, like, it's not a meaningful amount remaining. Or a meaningful amount applied such that the Mildred is going to die. Alright, foul. You didn't know they wasted the ability? Oh, you thought Gonzo was still live at this point? Alright, Gonzo on a Gonzo. Or, not Gonzo, Firkin, rather. Tickles is the final phobie. Bad guy's out of keys. I do like the bait here to, like, invite the foul in. But bad guy doesn't take it. They're going to foul the rest of the team. By rest of the team, I mean Noxious, at least to start. Noxious, I believe, is still on cooldown. And there's no way right now for the Mildred to connect with anything at all, let alone of value. You like the Droney family? And they put in work here. Although, to be honest, I doubt you would have gone for regular Droney if they didn't have Daisy up there. Whoever was asking about whether Daisy's good, there's your Predator. This was a good predict on the trap placement. Although I guess it could have also been by accident, just by inching up, but you get the idea. Panic points go back the other way, but bad guy does still have a 1 key to sacrifice here. Down goes Paddles. Honestly, it's just going to be Mildred in short order at this rate. I mean, I guess Firkin's still alive, but... You should have enough damage to kill the foul. 2 hits here, Mildred drop, Noxious. And the Metabot. I feel like you could have got it with the, like if you just punched it, couldn't you? Ooh! Koiri with the resub! Welcome back, the Prime sub! 3 months, chat. Let's see some love. Let's see some chomps. Let's see some bees. I know you got points. Most underrated phobie. We were talking about a few different... I'm gonna go with, right now, Woolly Bully. Slash Oopsie Baby. Bees! Those probably aren't truly the most underrated, but they're the ones that I'm thinking about the most right now. They're the ones I'm thinking about the most right now, because I really want to use them more. Bees! Also, what the hell is this? GG. What is this? Apparently, that's the wrong time to pause Firkin. Notably, this lives with, like, 3 HP. Yeah, Firkin turned into an octopus and inked. Mildred is not live yet. At least I don't think. Down goes Poison Ivy, so will the Noxious. Panic point advantage for bad guy, though. Firkin onto Mildred, that sucks for a little bit. But bad guy is not going to be able to maintain that because Mildred will come up more quickly. And the mobility on Metabot, of course, means Panic Point advantage now is in favor of our hero. Somehow bad guy has to invade with 2 1-movers and Clinico. I don't think that works out for most people. I don't know. I'm not an expert. Come at me, bro. That's the stage we're at. I legitimately don't know what bad guy does here. Because they can't match the mobility of this. They're going to have to, like, leave the Clinico up here. And then eventually these will connect, right? I guess bad guy's hope is that Big She somehow walks onto one of these traps. But that's asking for a lot of things to happen. You thought this was a loss from this position? Or just, like, earlier in the game? I could see where there were points where you thought it was going downhill, but I don't... Oh, the Ivy dive? Fair. I can see that. At this point, it's over. Like, there's no way for bad guy to come back from this, right? Like, I don't even know what it would take other than Big She just walking all their stuff onto traps and passing turn a bunch of times. This was a little risky. Because if there was a... Well, I guess if there was a trap here, you could just Metabot. They can't kill it this turn, so I guess it doesn't matter. Or I assume it wouldn't die. I guess possibly it could, but presumably Big She counted it. GG, bad guy. GG, Big She. Mildred on Exponential Decay. Hey, it happens. One last Mildred hit for the lulz. Just because you can, I guess. GG. Got him. Well played. Well done, Big She. Well done. That's the end of the stream. I gotta go to bed. That was a hell of a stream. That was something. Let me know down in the comments on YouTube what you think about this one, because that was weird. But just to repeat the notes from the beginning, yeah, part of the content affiliate program, they give me stuff, but also the devs are providing prizes for Fright Night number 9. Sign-ups are live. Hit up the Random's Thoughts Discord, link for that, and the live stream down by the like and subscribe button in the description of this video. It's going to be a lot of fun. Fright Night is always fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm very excited to see what people have in store, what strategies they've got. We're going to have to see. But that's going to do it for tonight. So as always, everybody, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And Black Lives Matter.